Brand headline ads are super underrated. They are higher in the funnel, but oftentimes, if you hit that special keyword or you add that extra custom headline image ad, which almost nobody does, they can perform very well for you. My name is Stephen Pope. I'm the founder of My Amazon Guy. Let's dive on in. So, we're going into the campaign manager, clicking on sponsored products, and I have a particular headline ad I want to do right off the bat, and it's going to be Starbucks themed. So we're going to put in Starbucks brand headline ad, and I'm going to make that my campaign name. I'm going to throw $50 a day on this and scroll down, name my ad group the same thing just for ease of sake. And I'm going to create a new landing page, and I'm going to type in Starbucks and grab the spooky Starbucks cup right here. I'm also going to grab my Grogu cup, which is also related to Starbucks here. So I was just looking around my tumblers here to see what else I could add. And I went ahead and added a Nightmare Before Christmas because it's kind of the holding the glue between the spooky Starbucks and the Christmas Starbucks. And I was thinking to myself, well, if somebody likes this, they may like the Night Before Christmas. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, so we're going down to the keyword targeting here. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to hit specifically Starbucks mug, Starbucks cup. And we'll do this with one and plural singular words as well. Starbucks tumbler and so forth. Just like this. And we don't want to add too many keywords. We want enough that we're hitting the breadth here. Look at those bids. See if there's anything out of the ordinary like this one. Starbucks tumbler like this one was super gigantically high. So I'm going to lower that one down. If I lose on that one, so be it. That's all right. Really, the most important part of this process is creating some sort of theme with the product selection and then matching it with some creative that's going to make sense. So Starbucks header, brand headline ad, and I'm going to keep my logo. I like that. Brand, that's fine. Age of Sage headline. Here is the part that could get a little tricky. Starbucks tumblers for coffee, and we could go with skeleton, or we could do Grogu. I think Grogu is probably the most liked phrase, so we'll do that. And then we've got the product selection, just double checking that. That looks good. And then we're going to go to custom image. This is going to be the most important part, in my opinion. So we're going to choose. So this is the curious part, right? So like if you can get your Tumblr edited into a nice 1200 by 628, that would be better. But we're going to just see if there's anything in the stock headline ads that we could take advantage of. I did create one with this Grogu right there, and I want to see if I can do a little bit better. Maybe like a Starbucks angle would be better for this particular. I don't know. So we'll see what comes up. Not exactly thrilled with that initial result. So we'll try this again. Try it without the space. Comes up a little bit better. So this might do okay. We'll go with this one. Now, what would be even better is if we stuck our product over the top of this image. That would be way better. But we're going to run with it just so we got like that Starbucks coffee behind the scenes so people are thinking of it. And this is going to notice how much more space this takes up. So if you have the headline image ad added, it's going to take up a huge chunk of space. That's more real estate, more likely to get some curiosity clicks. And this is what our ad's going to look like. So you can see like, okay, what's going to look like various different things. Like there's desktop, top of search, there's footer, mobile top of search. Notice on mobile, you get the full image. You don't get that on the desktop. So it does a lot better on mobile. And that's good because 60% of searches are on mobile anyway. And we're off to the races. So that's our first headline ad in the books, ready to roll. So this next one is going to be a little bit trickier because we're going to do very different products, not so much a theme to it. Gifts for her headline ads, so to speak. And we're going to create a new landing page. I prefer doing that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on roses. And then I'm also going to put anything that's like really gifty for her. So we got the rose with the necklace. I also want to look at other things I've got high amounts of stock on. So I'm going to just type in her, see what comes up. We got the lotion. That would be a potential opportunity. Firefly mug, maybe. We've got one lotion. There's the mom angle, but I kind of want to go non-mom generic. All right, so we've got for her, tried the her angle. We'll try a couple other angles here. Also gonna try to get some soaps into the mix with like the damsel soap mix. So we've added that one in there. I'm gonna go over to my parentage here and remind myself if there's another soap set that might scream for her. We got fruity, good and evil, honey and him, macho, masculine, secret, Victorian. Maybe the Victorian. We'll try that one. Add it to the mix. Let's see. So we've got the dance. Or is that the Victorian? Okay, so the there we go. Add that one in. A couple different angles. And then the other artisan soap, that's the old school kind. I kind of want to get like older products in there too. Sometimes people like the old one versus the new. We'll try that in there. And then let's see what else is in our mix. We got a lot of products in this account. We like to test different things. So sometimes it can be overwhelming trying to build out campaigns and advertisements as we're trying to focus on way too many ideas. It's kind of an experimental ground for us, though. We're always doing like various different things. We got a little Hogwarts in there. We'll try and throw that into the mix. We even started to do some metal signs recently. Throw a little link. What is this? Oh, that's the Hyrule one. Got Last of Us. Throwing different angles in here. We got the Mega Pint. That's kind of a man's product. Gotta love when that came out. All right, we got the Nightmare Before Christmas angle. So this is a hodgepodge angles. We don't normally do this. Normally I go very thematic. In this particular case, I'm trying to go generic on purpose. All right, so now on our keyword list, we're gonna go gifts for her and see if we can get that keyword to work for us. $1.54 on the broad match. I will be honest, I don't know what other keywords to go for with this mix. So we're going to go look at the suggested list and see if there's anything usable in here. Unfortunately, it's pulling a lot of the exact match keywords that are specific to one type of product and not good for the overall mix that we were going for. And we're trying to go, so there was that gifts for her kind of angle right there. Now the question is can we find another generic keyword that would work for the mix that we just chose? And I'm coming up short here, not really seeing birthday gifts women. That's a good one. That's probably the next best one we've seen so far. As we look down this list, is there any other kind of angle? And I'm not feeling it. So I'm gonna go with those two keywords. Now, as we scroll down, we're going back to our hodgepodge. I don't even know how to spell hodgepodge, so never typed it out in my life. So let's go generic gifts for her header. And logo's good. That header image might work for us. That's pretty good, actually. All right, let's hit submit for review. So I actually don't need to do any hunting. The headline ad, this could be interesting because it's generic. We probably want to use gifts for her and just leave it as that. Just simple as that. Boom, done. All right, so I like the idea of going generic. This is probably going to be a higher ACOS campaign. This may or may not work. Who knows? All right, so we're going to go over to our brand store. I'm going to be fishing for, I want to do a really soap-oriented one. Let's do a soap one. All right, so we're going to dive back into our campaign manager here, create campaign, and go over to sponsored brands. And we'll come back to the naming in a second. Well, no, we're going to go Artisan Soap header, headline, brand ad. All right, so that's going to be the name of it. And in this case, we could probably land directly on the store because most of the store is soap focused. And product collection, promote multiple products from a landing page of your choice, store on Amazon, including sub pages. That's good. Let's go look at the page and see if this is a good idea. So should we instead land them on the soaps page? Probably want to land them on the soaps page. So we're going to go soaps. for this particular one. We're going to do keyword targeting. And now the question is how many of these keywords are going to work for us? So we're going to look up each of these independently on Amazon to see like what comes up. Could we work for handmade soap? Well, there's one of my ads on the top left there. That's looking like a pretty strong keyword. And I don't even see a header come up for that. So we're going to snag that one. Homemade soap, probably going to work for us. I like the idea of artisan. Artisan's good for us. Pretty high on the bid though. Probably going to pull back on the bid on that one. I don't care if I don't show up every time for a $3 click. Jasmine soap, soap for women, probably too generic for us. Let's go in there and see if soap for women is even remotely possible. It's not terrible. Hey, there's our organic listing, number 3. Wow, that's pretty good. We'll try it. See what happens there. That may not work. Who knows? Goat's milk soap. I can't remember if, I mean, some of mine might have goat. I'm not sure. We'll test it, see what happens. $14 exact match. No thanks. I'm good on that. Sage soap. That's pretty cool. My own product's coming up. We actually don't even have a sage scent. That's the biggest irony. And that's because it smells terrible. Like we were like trying to do it and we just couldn't. We just couldn't do it. Squash soap for men. Look at the bids on that sucker. They are bidding that one through the roof. I'm going to just put in a freaking 75 cents. If I show up with 3 impressions, I'll be happy with that. Handmade soap. I feel like we've got like the homemade, handmade, natural maybe. Natural soap bar. Probably do okay for us. We'll pull that big back as well. I'm not trying to win every bid here. I'm just trying to get like as many of them as I can for the lowest bang for the buck. Handmade soap, squash soap, tea tree. And there could be like, we could go scent focus, but I'd rather build out like a dedicated one for the scents. So this is going to be like the generic. So I feel pretty good about that keyword list. Shouldn't be too bad. All right. So soap, artisan, header. Logo's good. Brand name's good. Header. Artisan, handmade soaps. And leave it at that. 50 cents to choose. Make them want to click it to see all the scents. And then for product selection, we're going to want to go with probably our most popular. So we could scroll through this a bunch and see what would be best. So I want the most colorful on the left, probably. Probably do really colorful one on the left. And then we're going to stick to the theme of probably all new packaging. But I could mix an old packaging shot in there potentially. So I've got 58 different SKUs showing up for soaps. A lot to choose from here. Not sure which ones I want to go with. So that's why I'm pondering this one. A couple different angles we could go. Got the mystery angle. Since I was having a hard time deciding, I decided to go over to the actual soap landing page and see what the consumer would see to see if I can match the experience. So as we look at this, probably this one, the one I want. Okay, so we got 2. Now the question is do I want to go for the third to be the old packaging shot? Because maybe they like the old packaging, they don't like the new. Some people are like that. You never know. And we could go with one of the 4-pack variations where we've done that. So now the question is which one I want to go with. Let's go with this one. It's got kind of a different angle to it. Okay, boom. All right, so we've got that down. Now for the custom image, We're definitely going to want to load something that we have used or something that we've done. Let's choose from our creative assets. Just type in soap and see what comes up. Not sure how I feel about any of those. Filter type, lifestyle image. Just hit apply and see what comes up. 600 pages. That's going to be a lot to look through. I doubt this is going to work because of the pixelization. Yeah, not going to work. See details. All right, add image, create from creative assets. So the challenge with how we've named our asset library is the keywords are not sensical. But this one might work. I'm not in love with it, but let's put it as a placeholder. See how that looks. Still not the right size. Okay. So that's not going to work. Let's keep looking through, see what else we can find. That's too vertical. She's closer to what we're looking for, but it's probably too vertical. See the 300 by 450. It's too small as well. So as we're scrolling through, I wish my library was more organized. Note to self, when you're trying to do this, you gotta label your assets. If you don't, this is the life you're looking at. That's cool looking, but kind of Father's Day focused. I know I've got a good one in here that's got like a good array of the soaps. So I want to dive in and see if I can find it. All right, I'll fast forward this here. All right, finally found one that might work for me. So I'm taking my all natural ingredient. I think the problem with this is the text on the headline. They typically don't allow text on the headline image ads from my recollection. So that's what I'm worried about if I do this. But we're going to try it and see what happens. I'm pretty sure they're going to decline this ad because of the text, but this is an interesting angle to like show all the natural ingredients. So I'm going to try this and see what happens. If they don't like that, I'll submit a different one and come back and hope for the best. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that exact same thing and just switch the custom headline image ad to show a different shot to see if that will help it to go through. So Artisan Soap's header brand headline ad. You also could consider this like an A/B test because if we're only switching one thing from it, it might have success with just a simple change on the creative. So, all right, so let's go find the product selection and grab some keywords here. There's the ad group, landing page, going to the soaps page, just making sure I do all this correct. Keyword targeting. And we're going to want to go with handmade soap, homemade soap, organic soap bar, a little too high for my like. Pull that one back. Artisan soap bars, same thing. Pull that one back. We'll win some just because we dominate on some of these keywords naturally. So I'm not too worried about that. Artisan soap. So we got the logo, brand name, headline. Artisan natural handmade soaps. Good there. Custom image. We're going to want to select the products, switch these products out, choose a product. I'm going to lead with that one. Add another one. I wish I could just duplicate the ad, the header, but it's like defaulting to something else, unfortunately. Go with that one. So we got 3 different sent opportunities. Good on the creative, and then finally, technically, I should use the same soaps in that. Otherwise, it's not a true A/B test. But I kind of want to diversify just a bit more than I should. All right, custom headline image ad. I know exactly which one I want to use for this, and it's going to be basically my big soap shot. So I've got to go hunt that down. And here it is. Now the question is can I get this to work for what I needed to do? Asset library. Where is that upload button? change the image, upload image. There we go. And what we're going to do here is we're going to find how to get this to zoom in a place where it's not showing the top. So this actually might be perfect. Might want to just pull it down just a bit. Actually up a bit. Let's see. Perfect. So it's not like cutting it off. So we'll see if we get away with this. I think we might. The 1-to-1 might have a problem. All right, so we're showing like, oh my gosh, look how many different soaps we've got. Click here, 50 cents, different ones to choose from. Additional text within a custom image, such as an overlay or background text, isn't allowed. I knew that was going to be a problem. So they're probably going to ding me on that. But I'm going to submit it anyway and see if I can get it to go through, because you never know. If you can get it to go through, you might get a very happy end result. So sometimes you got to test things to see what happens. That's me making some brand headline ads today. It's top of the funnel. We'll see what happens. I'll do some update videos so you can see some of my results from some of the ads I made today. If you've got questions about PPC, feel free to put those in the comments, and watch my 100 video long PPC playlist next. My name is Stephen Pope. I'm the founder of My Amazon Guy, and you also may want to consider hiring My Amazon Guy to manage the PPC on your account.